Right, I'm out and about. I was taming a Spurnus and we see an upper raptor, and I do need that cement pest there. How much damage did you actually take now? A little bit. Not too bad, though. Not too bad at all. What did I get? I didn't get anything good. Why was that? Answer. 205 cement paste. I need more than that. I've only got the one at the moment. Anyway, it's little intro. Oh, so that's why. I can't believe I actually made it across that water there. That was cool. Hey folks, we're back after 2 hours and we finally got the Argentavis. But it didn't go as well as we liked, of course, because we're cursed with Argentavis in this season. But we've been doing the snow owls as well. We got the Phylacolias, 2 bred from our the Phylacolias Adam and Eve as soon as they were up in health there, and the very first baby we got was 2 females, so we named them Yelena and Kate, and they'll be here, and this is why we have all these. To do that, these 2 get a level increase. Now this is the second time we've done it, and admittedly I haven't got on top of there, but we've got 4 levels on these already, so we're getting them leveled up. Now, I wanted to go on these. It turned out that these snow owls had the health on them isn't the same health that they were with Tim, because I put the health up. I forgot I did that. You can see it. This is a little tricky getting here to get that egg. Hope I got it at the right time there. So hopefully this is the male I'm looking for. Here, because that will complete the snow owls. I've got the Argentavis were a friggin' nightmare. Oh my god, the Argentavis was not fun. It was not fun at all. Trying to get the male was, oh my god. How many Argentavis I killed. There was even one time I got a snow owl egg, it gave me 3 snow owls. And none of them had the high melee damage. Right, you are a male. Oh, yay! You have the high melee damage! Oh, the timing. The timing! We did this exact same thing with the finish, so we're now finished with the snow owls. This is great. I couldn't have done that better. I was actually thinking I would just wrap it up and even turn the snow owls off now from the main, basically. Behavior, yeah. Disable me. I keep clicking the enable wandering. Right, so let's see here, because I've got 3 snow owls, right. Something that I've learned, right, the way I do it here is, now you don't have to get the highest melee damage, or the stamina, or transfer the highest melee damage, stamina, and health to the baby. If you just want melee damage, the highest melee damage, and that's it, and you're okay with whatever stamina health you get, then so be it. That would make it a lot easier. But the more stats you're transferring, highest stats that you're transferring onto a baby, the longer it's going to take for you to do. And also what's going to make it longer is, one, if you don't actually, you've actually leveled up your dinosaurs and you don't know what your highest health, melee damage and stamina is by just looking at it like that, like in here, is at 155, it tamed, you can see on the left hand side there at the top, the 2267, and you can see it with Lucy there as well. Lucy's at 870, but she was tamed at 161, which is ironically enough the same as Chloe's actually. No, 155 for Chloe's, no, never mind. Anyway, so I had to work out what the highest there. Now the good thing is, there is only 2 melee damage stats, 2 health stats, and 2 stamina stats. So you then take there, and after that, it's just a case of what you want to transfer onto the thing. That's the 3 key stats. You wouldn't want to transfer on anything else, I would think. Wait if you're planning to maybe lug a lot of stuff or something like that. It's really up to yourself. But the more stats you're looking at transfer on the baby, the longer it's going to take to do it. It took a long time to get it there. It usually does take a long time to get the melee damage, the stamina and health on a male and a female. Also, the file quality is the female, the very first baby I got yesterday was actually the stats that I wanted right there. So it was actually going so long with the Argentavis, but I actually had a 168 level Argentavis because I had a higher weight, but pushed it up to 168. But I could not get a male 168 at all. And I could barely get a male with the highest melee damage. I could not get it at all. I could barely ever get the stamina at 1k because I was looking for 385 melee damage, 1k stamina, and 2.3k health. That was the highest stats from the two. I think it was the Claws had the health and Lucy had the other two, or it's the other way around, I can't remember. I didn't actually take a note in the stats here, who was who there. But I ended up with, as you can see here, 2263 Argentavis, 2263 health. You can see it on the right hand side. It's a little small the text, but you maybe will see it just up at the top here where my cursor is there. You'll see it in the tooltip that comes up. It's 2263 and 1040 stamina. That's the top 2 numbers in the left hand right hand column, just below the mutations. Then just below the right hand column is the melee damage at 385. You can see I have the exact same on the 3 of them there. But to give you an example of what I had there, I actually had a 168 level because I had a higher, I had like about 630 or 630 or 660 weight, which I thought that's actually really good. But honestly, for what I'm using the Argentavis for, I don't essentially need the higher weight. I can do without, especially with how long it bloody took to do as well. So I now have these 2 baby Argentavises to basically run out and get imprint on and see what I end up with. Now I have a 157 and a 169 and then 2 169s. So I actually ended up with a male with a higher level this time, which is good. The snow owls went a lot better, that went a lot quicker. Because I was doing the Argentavises for a good while before I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to start doing the snow owls. And there, so yeah, it took a long time to do the Argentavises. I was not amused. Sometimes it happens for. Is the way it goes with the way I do it. But this 157 here, it has the highest, as you can see here, and if you look at the melee damage and the stamina on the right and the health at the top, you'll see it is actually the same. But this one here, that's 622 melee damage. If you look at the food, that's below the melee damage on the right hand side, you'll see it's 5400 food, 7800 food here, 7800 food there. You've also got the oxygen's 465 here, and oxygen is 465 here too, and this one's 615, which is interesting. Why is that 615 and that's not 615? Doesn't really matter, but that's weird. So there is something else that's off in you here. Torpedo maybe 6648, 6648. Okay, why is this? This is weird. Why is this 169? That has the same stats. The only difference in the stats is the oxygen, that's 615 and that's 465. So why is that not a higher level? Does the oxygen not maybe push it up higher? Food definitely seems to push it higher because that's 5400, 157, and the only different stats that's 465 oxygen. Does food really push it up that much? That's kind of crazy, isn't it? It's weird. 157. 400 food, 7800, 7800. That's 465, the same as that. So the only difference between these two is the... I don't understand why that oxygen being higher than these two, it doesn't push that level up higher. Oh. It's weird. Anyway, we're probably going to get rid of this one. And go to 2. But anyway, we'll leave that for the moment and I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing. Because I realised something when I was doing this. We are going to breed these rock drakes. And the reason why is because I want an imprinted rock drake. And right this present moment we have not changed, lowered it up, increased the stats in these, so that's good. So we want 284 melee damage, 675 stamina, 4.3k health. Actually, your health is higher at 4.7. So we want 4.7 health. Aye. See, this is good here, right? The melee damage and the stamina is actually the same, but the health in this one is higher. So we're just looking for babies with 4.7k health. The melee damage and the stamina is going to be perfect. Exactly there. So that two are actually going to be really easy to do. And I think we can breed these. Can we? I'm sure I checked that, eh? No, I can't. Oh, wait, I can, yeah. Stupid me. I was looking for the word breed. Right, so once we're done that, then we've got the Daedons, which I don't... Oh, the Daedons were going to be a pain, eh? Because I had the stats all over the place. So yeah, this is another sort of problem you can run into. Where you have like two males. Yeah, because we were going to breed the Ratchet and Hyde and get Hyde's best stat. Right, because he has the 925 stamina. Right, you're 418 there, so what we can do here is we can breed Jekyll with Ratchet and get a baby male with the 418. Or a baby female actually with 418. Plus the... You have 925, 5.6. Actually, you have the highest health and the highest... Yeah, so that's actually the what we're probably going to do here. That's just the thing you've got to do. You've got to look at the stats and you've got to work out how to actually do it. It's actually fun working it out first, but when actually doing it, it can be frustrating to wait to actually get it done. There. So, yeah, we've got 850 stamina here, 8750, 5 there, 925. So Hyde has got the highest stamina. Hyde has the highest health along with Jekyll. You have the melee damage. No, you have the melee damage. So you have the melee damage and the same health. And you have the highest. Right, okay, so you have the highest health and right, okay, so what we do is, since Jekyll has the highest health and highest melee damage, then, because the fist, you're looking for the fist on that top left. Oh wait, I forgot. Need to go down there, I'll pick him up free up. You look at the top left hand side in that ratchet on the top. You're looking for the fist. The fist, the second column and the second one down. The stamina's the electricity. And the A75 there, and the health is on the red bar. That's 4.5. That's the stats that I'm looking at here if you're wondering. So basically, to go back to that, right, we go... So you have 418.3. Yeah. You have the highest health, 5.6. These are tied, but that will be day 2. You have the highest stamina. So what we want is we want to get a female between Ratchet and Hyde. And we want that female to have the 925. Preferably we would like the female to get 5.6k health as well. Because if we can get the 5.6 health K and 925 on Hyde here onto a female with these two, then that means we only need to worry about the melee damage and the stamina. Then, and from there, because we'll breed Ratchet with Hyde with a baby, then breed that baby with a baby female we'll get, then we'll breed that baby female with Hyde, the Jekyll even. Oh, it's so confusing all the names, eh? It's very confusing, this thing. We'll breed Jekyll and that baby, and then we'll get the stats that way, and we'll get our breeding pair that way. So that's going to be a little bit more awkward to do. But the Finishers should be pretty good, and I took L'Oreal out because it turns out I needed fibre, which was a surprise, but I now have about 15k fibre. Finishers are great, I got a bunch of fats as well. Right, so here, L'Oreal is 412.7, 5.7k health, 1.2 and the 1.2k stamina. So we're looking for the 1.2k stamina and look there, but since we have different stats between all of these, like the health is different in the two of them, and the melee damage is different in the two of them, and the stamina is different, and we want all three stats. That means that's going to take ages to get that, because we could end up with all different combinations, and not the right combination that gives us the right three stats. So that could take ages, and it probably will. Oh hi! Now the Tech Rexes, who are going to headbutt me. Because they like to lower the head, the Rexes. Right, so you're still at 251 and you're at 233, right, so the highest health is 420 here, with a female. The highest stamina is 1.92 in both of them. That's good, that's going to speed things up. And the health is 9.5k. So we need a 9.5k plus the stamina from both, and melee damage there. Now this is one of the situations where if we go back here to the Finishers, that one's pretty easy actually, so the Finishers are actually easy here, but I was actually thinking here, the melee damage is pretty close together, so it turns out to be really long, and you end up with a baby and a female, because that's essentially what I did with the Argentavises. I just took the level there with the lower weight one basically there, because it was taking too long to get the highest level male, so I took the low level female. I found that another time just in case I got a male for that. It worked out I got the male for that, and that's what I did. So a lot of you, you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself basically, but here an example, here a better one here, right. 1.2k stamina, 1.1k stamina. The melee damage is more what I'm bothered about, but the health and the stamina, I would like it, but if it's close together like that and it's going to take too long, then I'll probably keep a baby that has the 413 and the 5.7k health plus the 1.1k stamina, just in case it gets to the point where it takes too long, because that extra bit of stamina will be good, for sure, but it's not the end of the world if I don't get it. But it's more, if it takes too long, that's an option there. That's something you're going to have to work out for yourself when you're doing breeding yourself, but that's essentially what you do. Now when it comes to mutations, if I go over, actually, I need to go in here. Right, I have the Adam and Eve here, my Phylocolias. I ended up with 43.3 as you know, and I ended up with 1160 stamina and 4186 health. Now, when it comes to mutations, and what I'm talking about on mutations is, now I may have explained this in the past, but for some people may have not seen it in the past. I'm talking, it doesn't actually have an ancestral line here, so yeah, I'm going to need to go to these. That's because they're wild ancestors. Right, you can see Arya and Wick as their parents basically. Paternal and maternal. I think maternal is female. That's the female line, and I think this is a male line. So that's Arya's line and that's Wick's line, right there. So I don't have any mutations, but if you want to get mutations, you can push up the melee damage a lot. This is more for PvP, I feel like. But what I think you do is, you basically breed Arya, well let's just say this is Kate and a male, right? We got here, we have a male and a female. You basically breed day 2 until you get a mutation on a male. You keep any females you get without a mutation. It's very important the females don't have a mutation. But if you get a male with a mutation, then you line up all the females and you breed that male with each female, and you keep going down the line until you get a male baby with a new mutation and the same mutation already. So you have to keep doing that until You get a baby, once you first do it, you get the first mutation on the male. Then you breed them down line with female. Then you get a second mutation. So you want a new baby with the 2 mutations. Then that baby with the 2 mutations, you breed them with the females, and you get a third mutation. And a fourth, and so on and so on and so on and so on. But that's not something I will ever do, because that takes forever, it sounds like. So no, I'm not doing that. I'll never show that there. But I think that's what you do in the mutations. The only thing I'm not sure about is if I got a male and a female from the parents there. So if I had like a male and a female there instead of the 2 females right now, I don't know if I need to use the original breeding pair, like Arya or Wick. Or Adam and Eve, I should say. I don't know if I should use them and then get a male from that way, a mutation. Because if I have to get it from here, the mutation, and stack mutations that way, it's going to take much longer than it would from these 2. Because obviously I have to wait until I have the right health and the stamina and all that stuff as well. You can see how complicated this breeding is. And it's never ending. It's a lot. It is a lot. But I am about to send you across the post me, and honestly, what is going to happen now is I am pretty much going to take notes of how long it takes me to do for the rest of the week, because I've actually decided that I'm going to take a week off of work, my 3D business basically, because I haven't taken really any time off since Christmas really. Maybe an odd day here and there, but nothing actually significant. So I'm decided to take the week off. But when I'm saying that, I'm actually taking the week off so I can do this, because I need to do this offline and get this done and then get back onto schedule for the YouTube obviously. So that's why I'm doing this as well. So I'm going to be doing this offline, and in the beginning of the next episode, we're going to come in and I'm going to report on how everything went. And let you know. But I'm going to be breeding the Rock Drakes, I'm going to be breeding the Fernosaurs, I'm going to be breeding the Tech Rex and the Daedons. And that's it. I've got the Argentavis done. I'll finish off the Thylacoleas. Actually worked out really well. Actually, I'm actually kind of really happy with them. They have the exact same health, stamina, these 2 here. Pretty much any baby we get with 100% imprint on it is actually going to have the exact same stats, and this is what we like to have. This is what I aim for. I like this. But now, this is the starting stats. We've got 5 levels now. With 484, or 483 melee damage, and 4186 health, and 1160 stamina. That's really good. That's actually really good. Honestly, with the 100% imprint, you probably want to be over 500 melee damage, probably. But you can just go like that, and we're at 580 now. Let's do the same with you as well. So you're carbon copies. 580. So I want to get the melee damage to 800, then I want to get the stamina to 2k, and then I want to jack the health up over 10k. And I want to do that as fast as I possibly can. They're actually really there, so I'm going to be using the Listosauruses to do that as well. So I'm coming in. I might call it a day, because it's actually 11:15, so I'll probably come back to it tomorrow, finish it off. Yeah. I do that. I need to go get oil as well. Also, I've not had a single Hesperornis egg at all, or a Colossal egg so far. I have had a lot of eggs. So I've got 4 Taurodon eggs, 3 Dillo, another Sarco egg, and 2 Mustrops eggs. Oh, something else just... Did that just go right in there? No, I didn't take that out before I did. The good thing about this here is, with me being here a lot waiting around to do this, everything here is spawned in. Oh, you've got nothing. That's for taking that out, isn't it? So we go back over here. Oh, Merlin is on the move. They've been over on that side for a while. As you can see here, we have a lot of eggs again. We had none when we first started today, because we used them up when we were doing all the stuff yesterday. So yeah, that's all the eggs we've got just breeding today. So that's great. Now I have this one Rex egg, but I still don't have another female Rex, and I don't want to spawn it. So I think tomorrow when I come in, I'm going to have to go over to where I got the female and try and get a male Hesperornis and put that next and see if I can get a Hesperornis eggs that way. But I'm kind of worried because when we were across there with the Hesperornis, we did get the eggs. It was just laying eggs right in front of us. So maybe we have to we can only get them from wild eggs and not actually from tamed ones. Well, that doesn't really make much sense, but we'll see. And you never really know with this game. Anyway, so this is not going well. We're currently breeding they're trying to get the female with Jekyll stats, so we breed that female with hide. But sadly, Adam here doesn't have 100%, 67%. Yeah, again, the Argentavis curse strikes again, but also Snow Owl here. Now, Adam and Eve the Snow Owls will be 100% imprint them, so we're good there. So we're fine with that prior side of it, but sadly when we were actually getting 2 here from there, we couldn't 100% imprint there. And the reason why is walking. Whenever a dinosaur asks for walks, it never registers quick enough. It's always really slowly registered. And because Snow Owls and Argentavis are really slow walkers, they're flyers basically, but when they're walking on the ground they're really slow. So it took ages to get the imprint on it, they walk in. Basically, the lesson here is, don't try and walk a baby to imprint. A baby Argentavis or a baby Snow Owl, don't walk it. It's not a good idea at all. It's a really bad idea. Here, okay, so what have we got here? Right, we have to actually bring you away. This is looking promising here. This does look promising. Right, come on. Across, you are a female. Yeah, 420. And you have 5.6k health, yay! What is it when I turn the camera on? It's like, suddenly we get lucky. Right, oh, good. Behaviour. More fingers and pumpkins, this is extremely boring. But sadly it's needed done. Right, so we've got the 2 of them, now we just need to try and get imprinted on you. So yeah, basically, it's been brilliant. This is not the pair over here we originally bred, by the way. Actually, we're not going to be putting yous there, we're usually going to be spare, so we'll move you up here. Next to there, because we moved everything around. The Dolphosaurus Phylacos, basically spare dino go way up the back here. Now, so that's actually a spare. We might actually reuse the name as well, to be honest. Seriously? Oh, right, okay. Thought something was I thought that was following me there. Like the deal that I just took up here. Right, so he's up here. Probably should take the shadows off here, but I'm going to leave them on you. Right. 54 seconds. I don't know how this is going to go. The thing when it comes to breeding is you really need to have stats for each type of dinosaur, like specific breeding stats for Datum, specific breeding stats for this dino and that dino. That's probably the best way to do it, to make sure that way, basically, because one stat doesn't fit all. It seems like, I'm sure other people will say their stats work all the time, but these stats that I use, which I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can't show you right now because you can't actually adjust the stats within the game, which would be really great if you could, because that would help out a lot. Now I'm hoping you're going to be 50% here. Now we can actually do a walk with you if you want to go. Exceptional kibble! Yeah, look at that. Wait a second. Is that? Yeah, that's that one there actually. I do actually have that. Shoot. I actually thought it was extraordinary kibble. Oh, fucking hell now. Regular kibble. You know what? You're put prime fish meat. I have that. You're actually going to get a. You know, I've actually just realised something. I actually don't want to imprint on this. I just realised that I don't want to imprint on this at all. Because I wanted to have the high melee damage. Yeah, I don't want to imprint on this, I think. Because I just wanted to have the basic stats. Because I want to combine it with the stamina here. I don't know, I'm kind of curious about one control. Maybe this is the bad idea here. Wait. All over the place right now, to be honest. Yeah, 50%. I might actually just bring the two back along, actually, because honestly I don't care too much about the stamina. Yeah, I think I'm just going to bring the two back. Actually not bother with height, to be honest. So it's getting to the point where I'm actually not caring too much about stamina. It's just the health and the melee damage. It takes so long. It really is taking a long time to get all three, which makes sense, as I said. Yeah, I think I might just do that. Anyway, I'm going to jump forward in time, and hopefully the next time we see me, it'll be me basically at the end of the episode. Hopefully, anyway, we'll see. So hopefully there's no more issues. But yeah, our snow owl, one of the snow owls after we got Adam and Eve, and we bred Adam and Eve, one of the snow owls, 100% imprint. But sadly Adam, that's the biggest problem. So I think I can get a male reuse stat from the two, and I should resolve that. But at the end of the day, we are planning to use it for an army, but it's not overly needed. We should get 100% imprint on this. You actually look kinda adorable, you know, baby. Right, yeah. I think we'll just keep going with this, to be honest, because it's not essentially needed the Daedons. I don't think I'm actually going to use them. It's actually the Fernosaur and the T-Rexes, the next two that I do are going to be essential. We need them to be 100% imprint. The rest of the stuff we can work around that. Oh, you are freaking out on the ground right now. Wow, your health actually goes really fast. Yeah, I'm going to keep you on suspense if I do this or not, and you'll find out later. I'm going to jump forward time. It's not going to take too long for you to jump forward time. It's going to take me hours, maybe days to finish this for. We're finally back. We have finished, well, we're not finished, but we've got all the Adam and Eves. I'll fill you in a second. This is currently at 2:10, and I've been at this since about 8:10 this morning. But we did have the incident where you saw where we moved everything in the previous episode to the highway at the beginning of that. Yes, because this taming episode, breeding episode is one of the first two episodes, so we had that there, and we also took a break from lunch and just took another break as well. So we haven't constantly been sitting here doing it the whole time. But a big party out, we have been. It's a lot. Now, we are just waiting for Eve and Adam here for their health to go up. But what I am actually going to do is I'm actually going to show you something with this here. But this is Eve and Adam here. This is the pair, the breeding pair that we actually get our dinosaur army from. T-Rex army. We've got 536 melee damage, 1.9k stamina, 12.3k health. That seems pretty damn good to me, but honestly I have no idea, I've never done this before. So I think that's pretty good based on my experience playing the game and attacking things. That should be good, but I've never faced a boss fight beforehand, so I don't really know. But we obviously want to put more levels onto this and get it up. basically on each of them, but that's what the sources are for. But I want to show you something before, because actually just finishing these actually give me a chance to show you why a snow owl and dead on those, basically. So your food's up for. Yeah, there might just be some different stats, possibly, on them, I don't really know. But anyway, this is Adam and Eve there, so we've got the Tech Rexes on there right now. But I have Thylacolea Adam and Eve, I have the Snow Owls Adam and Eve, I have the Argentavis Adam and Eve, and I now have a Daedon Adam and Eve. And we have the... wait a second. Where's the Phenosaurs? Oh, there they are, aye. Adam and Eve's here. I've not actually named Adam yet. But they're here. Options, change name. Right. So yeah, we've got the Adam and Eve here. Let me get my cryopods. I've only got the one on me. Right, before I go any further here, I need to put this stuff away. I recommend having all this stuff on you for basically imprinting. Having all that, just in case I ask for it. For the most part, I didn't actually have to use it, but that's not a bad thing because I kind of worked out then that you can keep it in a fridge nearby and just take it out before you actually there. But I need to put that away because more it will spoil. Right, let me get I need to get more tripod's at some point here, and I'll put these away as well. So it'll be easier just to show you the results and the actual I mean, I forgot about these being out actually. Yeah. It was for the most part it was actually not too bad. It was just a bit boring and takes a long time, but this is my first time really breeding this extensively. I've done it little bits here and there beforehand, but I've never done this extensively beforehand. I've never even had an army because I've always been waiting until this series here basically. Right, so we'll put our Phenosaurs in here, but we might actually move them. So we have the Phenosaurs and obviously we have our Tech Rexes. I'll just put them in there for a second. I can bring them back out. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 breeding pairs. We didn't actually need the Snow Owls or the Argentavis and Daedons. The Snow Owls and the Daedons, which could have just bred more than 2 basically if we wanted to. But we decided to do it this way because now what happens here is, anytime I ever needed any of these basically, I need a Tech Rex, I need a Phenosaur or anything here, I can just take this breeding pair out here and breed one. And get a baby and imprint on that, get 100% imprint, and I'm always going to get the stats that you see on these here. That's there, that's the hard work I've done now for that. All I have to do now is just come along, breed 19 of these, and that's my Tech Rex army. If I lose any of the Tech Rex, I can just come back, say I lose 2 in a fight, I can come back, breed another 2 of these and replace them that way. I can just keep doing that. Now, we do actually need to get that. Oh, that's the Tech Rexes, you know what I mean? So basically this is the way it worked out. First off, I'll go with the Argentavis. The Argentavis, as you know, we didn't imprint on Adam because of silliness regarding the walking and how slow Snow Owls and Argentavis are. Don't walk Snow Owls or Argentavises when you're imprinting. Just put it back in the cryopod and put it back out quickly, and hopefully you get lucky. You don't keep getting walk constantly all the time, but you'll get a hog or you'll get regular kibble or a Zillberry. I think was another one I got asked, or was it a Mirberry or something like that. There, so yeah. But what we managed to do is, if this actually happens to you, where your Adam or Eve isn't fully 100% imprint, don't panic. Just breed the Adam and Eve that you have and get a new male. And then that male, once you're 100% imprint it, that stats will be the exact same as a female. That's what we found out here. So we have an Adam and Eve with the exact same stat. That's 490 melee damage, 1040 stamina, 242 health. Obviously we have work to put into that once we actually get them out, but we'll go over to the Argentavis in a minute. Snow Owls, 499.1, just below 500, 1400 stamina, and 2377 in total. That's actually pretty good, considering we're just going to be using it for healing, and I'll actually show you that in a second. Philocoia, 483.3, and 1160 stamina, and 4186 melee damage. Now, considering the low level Philocoias we had, and the low level Argentavises, and the snow owls we got, all in all, that's not too bad. It's not overly great, because I would prefer it to be over 500 melee damage, to be honest, and we're below that, so. But at the same time, I don't really know, because I've not really done this beforehand. So, but for me, that's pretty good. For what I've done so far, I know that's pretty good there, so I'm really quite happy with that, and I've noticed the snow owl isn't actually completely fed up yet. I've noticed. Actually, these are actually going down in food in here. I didn't actually realise that. Yeah, these go down in food in here. I need to keep an eye on that. So the Daedons, we basically didn't bother with getting the stamina off Hyde, we just bred Jekyll and Ratchet, and that was that basically. But we have 536 melee damage, which we're really happy with. 875 stamina and 7,254 health, which is really good. But I'm not actually sure I'm going to use the Daedons because I've got the Snow Owls to heal, and I think the Snow Owls are better Daedons, but we're about to actually check that out. So I'm going to take you out and you out there for a second. Now the Fernosaurs, 526.4 over 500% melee damage, 1250 stamina, 7,465 health. That's pretty good. Both the same as well, so as soon as we breed one of them, that's always going to be the same. As long as we're 100% imprint on every single one, which the Fernosaurs and the Tech Rexes weren't too bad. The Fernosaur was 17% imprint on each imprint. The Tech Races were 20% imprint on each one. So there were 6 imprints in total for the Fernosaur, 5 imprints in total for the Tech Rex. Tech Rex will go 5p5.5 melee damage, 1890 stamina, 12,298. And I've got to say, I am over the moon with that. I really am. I'm really pleased. Oh, I fell off here. Also, if I breed these two here, if I get a level 90, it's just going to be the same stats as a level 90. If I get a level 80 egg, it's going to be the same stats as that level 80, because that's the one we tested over there. Right, so what we're going to do first is we are going to take the Daedon out, and I'm going to test this out because I've never actually seen this beforehand. Yeah, so we'll put you there. Now, let's put you enable passive healing. Now let's take this Tech Rex Eve out. Let's put Eve right next to you. Is that getting passively healed? I don't know. I don't know if it is. Okay, so I think you have to do it at that time. It's certainly going up a lot faster. Yeah. That's just from feeding. What? Disable passive healing. So you're still passive healing right now, okay. I actually thought that would be faster, to be honest. Not the biggest fan of that. A little disappointing, I have to say. I actually was under the impression it was faster than that. Because that doesn't seem to be much different, to be honest. Oops. Backed off the game there by mistake. It's still passive healing. It doesn't seem like it's overly fast. It is a little bit faster. It's kind of like it's feeding constantly. That's what it seems to be. Disable passive healing, right? So let's have a look. It's slow. It doesn't seem to be any. It doesn't seem to be any faster when I use a passive healing. I might be doing this wrong or something. Right, let's see. Let's have a look here. Yeah, that's the speed it's going, and the passive healing is turned off. Okay, you can notice that difference right there. Yeah. You can see the difference on that for sure. It's kind of like a force feeding it a little bit. I actually feel like force feeding would actually be better in the dino, to be honest. Doesn't seem to. It's still going pretty fast at the moment. That's definitely actually going really fast. Didn't seem to be doing that the first time around. It seems like the second time around that's actually doing a lot better. Yeah, that's much better. That's much more legit. I like that. I definitely like that. Okay, so let's check the. We'll just leave that going at the moment. Let's go over here. Now, let's put the snow owl out first. I don't want to be, I see that's got the green aura around it. Over there. I don't want to be too close to that, to be honest here. For you there. Let's get you actually went backwards. Okay, we do have a saddle on you, which is good. Right, now let's put this. It's patient you, to be honest. Right, okay, so at the present moment, just around there. Yeah, see, that's just the normal slowness there. The only way I'm going to be able to see this is here. How do I actually do this? That's that. Okay. There. See, look at that health on the Fimi. That is going up so fast. But it doesn't actually. Wow. That was pretty amazing. Wait, why is it not going up anymore? Huh. Why did that not go up the second time? I maybe need to wait a little bit for it. Oh, it's like. Well, that's essentially what we're using the snow out on the dead on for. Like after a boss fight, we can do that with our dinos, and that way, so we can get to the boss fight a lot quicker. Okay, that's definitely going up a lot faster. It's related to stamina. Right, okay, so that is related to stamina. So we need to get, we need to breed a few of them, and we need to get 20 points into the stamina, and just fire it all into the stamina. That is what we need to do there. Okay, so now we know that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that today, for. But that is something that I need to do. I need to get a lot of stamina on the. So this is just constantly going, but and that's healed up already. Wow, That's actually really impressive. That is really impressive. That is very impressive. I gotta say, I don't have to do anything with that. I can just leave it sitting and it'll do it, so I like that. But mainly the snow owl, if you have a lot of stamina on the snow owl, I think the snow owl is going to be better. But anyway, I'll send you across the post me here, round up the different steps on the way I breed from now on. Hey, post me here. We've got a lot to say in this one here actually. Unlike the last one that we just did there, we didn't really know what to say in the post me. First off, I think I forgot to turn down the gamma. I noticed that in the rock drake in the left hand image it's really bright, so I think I forgot to turn down the gamma. So I apologise for that. I've always got night teams up there and I put it up and I forgot about it. Anyway, we have a lot to say today. So first off, I noticed after saying you were sent across to me that the Daedon heals at the cost of its food. So you need to add levels to the Daedon's food, because the higher the food, the more dinosaurs is going to be able to heal. Because it did actually heal the Rex really good, but his food was high. But if you had other dinosaurs there, which you're going to have about 19, but up to 20 dinosaurs to heal. So you're going to need a lot of food in the Daedon, we're going to use it that way. There. It's just the same as what we saw with the snow owls, except it was stamina that you need for the snow owls to heal, and it's food for the Daedon. So that's something there, and you'll be able to heal injured dinos faster, and that means you can go to another boss fight quicker, as well as the only way around for your dinosaurs to heal. So that's something that's very important. Slow heal Daedon, very much important. Now, I've actually bred some snow owls to go with each of the armies. I'm actually going to be working on that. I'm actually got the snow owls. I've bred some snow owls, and I've got them. You've got like 3 or 4 around the list of sources that you see on the left hand side, trying to level up and get more like on stuff on their levels on their stamina at the moment. And when I'm going to put them in next with the army, because I actually went and got a bunch of cryopods today. I got like something, it was something like 45 cryopods I went and got. Here I've done quite a bit offline here as well. Also, but here is my guide on breeding. It'll be in the description of the video, and I need to remember to get my breeding settings as well to put them into the video as well, into the video description as well. Usually I just put a description text. I don't bother with a whole lot of text in the description because I honestly don't think people really read it. But in this one here, if you want to see the breeding stats that I used for doing this, and you want to see what I'm about to say about the step guide, go to the description of this video and you'll get a list of it there. But anyway, here's my step guide for breeding. This is what works for me. Other people will have different ways of doing it, but this is what I did. 1. Get a taming pair. Just 2 dinos with the best melee damage, stamina, and health that you can find. Don't try and get free, because you saw it with the Daedons, it would have taken ever to try and transfer stats from 3 dinosaurs into one baby. That's going to take too long. So, 1. Get a taming pair, just 2 dinos with the best melee damage, stamina, and health that you can find. 2. Identify the best stats on the taming pair, and decide what stats you want to transfer over to your breeding pair. For me, that's melee damage, health, and stamina. The more stats you try to transfer over from the taming pair to the breeding pair, the longer it's going to take. But that's the 3 most important stats for me basically. But you can go wait if you want on odd now, but good luck with that because that'll take longer. Or you could just do melee damage 1 stat, because 1 stat will be so much quicker than the 3 stats obviously. So anyway. So 1, get a taming pair, just 2 dinos with the best melee damage, stamina, and health. Find the best stats out of the 2, transfer it over to the breeding pair. Then 3, you breed a taming pair until you have a male and female with all the stats that you want. This is your breeding pair. This does take a long time, but it will save you time in the future to do it. So you're going from a taming pair to a breeding pair. Taming pair, 2 wild dinos that you tame with the best melee damage, stamina, and health. Then you basically identify out of the 2, the male and the female, who has the best health, who has the best melee damage, best stamina. Transfer that over to a male and a female baby. Then that male and female becomes your breeding pair, and then at any point you want a dinosaur to use, whether it's a falcon or whatever it is, you basically breed that breeding pair and you use that dinosaur that you got. And if you get that dinosaur killed or something obviously happens to it, you can just go back to your breeding pair and breed another one. like you saw with the spinos earlier on, this is the whole point of what I'm doing here. Now I've got some tips for you as well. While you're waiting to get a breeding pair, this is the part I don't like, and not a lot of people are going to like, and I don't really want to show on my channel either, but I have done a little bit. While you're waiting to get a breeding pair, you'll get babies that don't have the stats that you want in game. So it's up to you how you deal with that. But I have my plan for that is what I personally do is I use a shotgun basically. I personally use a shotgun soon as I see I don't have the stats that I want on the baby, because this way I don't end up with a bunch of spare dinos. Now it's up to you how you can deal with that. You can do the same thing here. It is possible to unclaim dinos. You can take the babies with the stats that you don't want. Once they're grown up, basically grow them up, let them grow up to 100% and don't imprint or anything on them. Then you can take them to somewhere on the map, and then you can just set them to wander. Then set them to wander. Then have them whistle to them to follow you. Then when it's actually next to you, it'll stay still and they'll wander basically. Then you can unclaim it, and as soon as you unclaim it, it'll just resume wandering and be a wild dinosaur again. However, if it's a flyer, it'll just keep walking around, and it's weird because it won't start flying. Yeah, it takes about 8 hours. It takes ages. It may even be longer than 8 hours actually. It takes a long time. I can't even remember what it is right now. I'm totally guessing it's 8 hours. I don't know if I think it is or not, but it takes a long time before it becomes a wild dino. So you need to make sure it has food on it, because if it doesn't, it'll just die in the wild. So you could do it that way instead of kill yourself. Kill it that way, but you know, that's a slow, painful death. You better just be using a shotgun right from the start. Personally, that's what I think of do. You use a lot of shotgun shells, because when it came to the Tech Rexes and Infernos, I had to use 3 shotguns each baby because the health was going up so fast. I could probably have done with 2 and used my hatchet to finish it off, but that's what I personally do. It's something you have to do, whether you have to plan for how you're going to do with the excess dinos that don't have the stats. It's the sucky part of the game. I don't like it myself, and most people probably won't like it. And if you're a content creator, I wouldn't show it on your channel or anything, or streaming. You maybe want to, well, if you're streaming, it's going to be difficult to show it, not to show it, because you're going right the way through. But in a content creator, you can edit it out. So that is one tip. Another tip as well, as I showed in the episode, you need to have all possible requests for an imprint on you. If you're like me, you can't remember what every dinosaur wants when you're imprinting there. It'll request something, whether it's a certain type of kibble, or it's a certain type of berry, or it's something else. It can request a walk, it can request a hug. There's different things that will request while you're imprinting on it. So the quickest thing to do is to actually have it on you at the time, because the time you go to the refrigerator back, that's more time that you can actually mess up. And I have noticed since I've started breeding, the snow owls, Argentavis and wyverns with the stats that I use and spinos are very, very close to there. You don't have much room for error on time delay, basically. For as soon as that request comes up, you want it quickly. That's the thing I've noticed. Pretty much everything else is fine with the stats, but it's very, very close with them. Also, don't walk the snow owls or Argentavis or wyverns, because that will just screw it up. It doesn't fly when you actually ask it to walk. It will actually just walk, and they're very slow at walking. So that's another thing as well to do, is to have all the berries, all the kibble on you, have prime meat jerky, have the cooked meat jerky, have other types of meat as well. Like cooked prime meat, cooked prime fish meat, the cooked meat that I usually have in my icon anyway. You can see it in the bottom icon and the third one across next to the spyglass. There, I have that all on you at a time. You only need a small amount, like 20, but not even 25, about 10 each or something like that. Actually, you only need 5 as well, but basically have that on you in your inventory before you start breeding. And then that way, when it comes, or you start imprinting basically. Because once you pick up the egg, if you leave the egg on the ground, the egg will hatch, especially if you have the dinosaur near the air conditioners. Even though the egg's not right next to the air conditioner, I have noticed it will still actually incubate, still actually hatch, I should say. There, so, but once you pick up that egg and put it into your inventory, it'll just stay static and not do anything in there. So you could actually be imprinting one dinosaur while the breeding pair is actually still mating, and once an egg comes out you can just pick it up and go back to the breeding, the one you're imprinting on, and go back and forth. Basically there's different ways you can speed the whole thing up, but you have to work that out for yourself. A lot of this is basically, this is what works for me, but a lot of that you'll have to look at it and think, okay, doesn't really work for me, I'm going to do it this way because that works better. You have to figure it all out for yourself, what works best for you, but this is what I do, and it works for me basically. Finally, there's one other step. Now this is a step I don't actually do. Mutation isn't something I ever plan to do, and I don't think it's needed in single player. It's probably more for PvP. Or PvE basically. So it's certainly an optional thing that you can do in single player. Mutation will allow you to add a mutation to a baby, and they'll get a mutated stat, they'll get a boost to their melee damage, and obviously there, and that's a good thing. They are obviously more melee damage, more stamina, more health. These are good things to have on a dinosaur, but I feel like without the mutation I can actually do pretty well with the dinosaurs. I just maybe need to spend more time putting levels into the dinosaur, sort of thing. But I don't mind that because mutation would take forever. I don't 100% know how to do mutation, I've never really done it. However, this is what I would personally do. I would take my breeding pair, and I would keep breeding that breeding pair until I got a male with a mutation. So basically all the babies I would put down with a shotgun. I hate saying that, so I hate even saying it, and I mean doing it as well. I do, but basically I would breed and pair. As soon as I have the mutated male, and it's key that it's a mutated male. But what I would do is all the females I get without a mutation, I would keep them up to about 10 of them. Then once I have the mutated male, I would actually stop breeding the breeding pair. Then I would go across to the mutated male and go down all the females I kept, and I would breed that mutated male with each of the females until I get a second mutation. Well, a male with two mutations basically. And then I would use that male with the two mutations and go down all the females again until I get a third one. And then go down again until I got fourth one, fifth and sixth, and all the way up to 20. But I don't think you would go that high. I think most of the time when people mutate, I think you would actually get, you're looking for melee damage, stamina and health, that type of thing. So it really depends how many mutated stats you want. You might want to just stop at melee damage basically only, because that's possibly what I would do if I was to do it. I don't really know PvP or what people do there, so. But that's generally just an extra tip on mutation. That's all I know. I've never actually put it into practice. I don't know if it works that way or not. But what I do with the taming pair and the breeding pair, also I've never done a boss fight, so I don't know if that will actually be good enough for a boss fight, but I think so, obviously. But anyway, that's what I would do. We're 13 minutes for this post me, so if you enjoyed this video on YouTube, then please like the video. If you'd like to see future content like this, please subscribe for future content, and until next time, yeah, take care.